There we go. What have we got?
That's the ketchup. I was looking for the sriracha.
That might be the sriracha, you know.
No.
There's no label on it.
Yeah, no, I brought a spicy ketchup home.
Oh, right.
No, you say there's no way that's sriracha. That's sriracha. You can tell by the colour now. It's a much more intense heat.
It's a bit more orange as well.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I've already done that one.
Coco, away.
There you go. They were quite hyper when I left earlier.
Right. Yeah.
So I gave them a peanut butter bun. I logged into the camera like a couple of hours later, the boat just crashed out. Okay, we're all shared. Hopefully we don't get a Wi-Fi signal. Hello, Miriam. Friday greetings. That's very formal. Trying to do an app notification as well. Hi, Sandra.
Evening all.
Okay, here we go. App notification as well. So is that just chicken, or is it looks like the marinade is on
no,
there?
No, it's just
It's
whatever
what's
fat was in the bottom of the ninja.
Nice. Miriam, it was a very serious live that ended with a very artistic gingerbread house.
Yeah, I was telling people I was holding up a house yesterday.
Where'd you go to? Built a house?
No, I was holding up a house. I was holding up the walls of a house. Didn't tell it was a gingerbread house.
The Tupperware did most of the work. I just broke it down this afternoon. Flat packed it. So it's in the fridge now. The caramel men worked quite well. I would have put the chocolate at the bottom first and then put the caramel on, because then you'd get a better sort of look. Some of the features were lost in the mould, but even at room temperature, they stayed together. And that's just butter and cream, really. Hi, Kathy.
Evening, Kathy. This sriracha's good. Really good.
Is that going on soon?
I just need to get the chilies. He uses a lot, so I just need to be able to find a chili supplier.
Should use our new salt and pepper shakers instead of that pepper mill. Okay. I need to check whether I've got a photo of the pork pies yet, but I'm going to put them on whilst we're chatting with the members.
Yeah, okay. We can do that afterwards. Anyway, evening, folks. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Usual Friday Q&A. So if there are any Qs, hi, Jan, then come and join us. Come and ask. There's plenty of us that are around to sort of help. Excuse me for eating. I've literally just finished for the day, sort of. So this is the only time I'm going to get to eat.
This is our second to last Q&A before Christmas.
Wow. Hello, Anne.
Hello, Anne. Must be morning there.
It certainly is morning there. How the hell did you come to find us, Anne? Or are you just scrolling through YouTube?
Come for a chat.
How is it in New Zealand?
Hopefully not as miserable as it's been today.
Well, shouldn't be.
In the
It's,
summer.
yeah.
Hi, cat.
Evening, cat. Is that what we? Maybe I shouldn't be eating sriracha right now. Wow, that's hot. Yeah, maybe are we the official start to the weekend then?
It does feel like it's been a long week. I was driving Louis to school on Tuesday, and I was like, "Oh, it's been a long week." And Louis goes, "We're less than 48 hours in." Oh, that's when you know the carrot police.
Carrot police. Well, I suppose it all comes from when people say that we shouldn't be using root vegetables because they are much higher in carbs, and generally, yes, they are. And carrots are in that sort of 7 to 8 grams of carbs per 100, and yes, they contain some starch. But actually, if you're avoiding using a carrot in anything, just because someone said that carrots are not keto, then it's sort of defeating the object of sort of understanding that carrots are not the issue. Carrots are never going to be the problem. You're never going to eat enough carrots to create a problem. We will still use a little bit of carrot in a coleslaw whenever we make it. We'll use it in the carrot cake, believe it or not. It's one of the only ones that we haven't stuck courgettes inside it. As long as you understand, that carrots contain more carbs than the other green veggies. If you want to, and certainly when it comes to sort of eating, your Sunday roast or Christmas dinner, don't sit there and think, oh, I can't have carrots. They're the least of the problems that are going to be sitting on a table around Christmas time.
I've popped in a link there to the infographic which we use when people ask about the keto police. It covers carrots, milk, and chickpeas because those are some of the things that people point out. Anne says she found us via Google search for keto recipes, which is quite cool because
Excellent.
I've worked for a long time to try and get our recipes to show on Google. It's very hard. Kathy, I'm going to Lincoln tomorrow. Sue, Tracy, and Kerry came down to us today. Went out for lunch, and so they could see the bakery.
Where did you go?
Lardo Lounge.
Oh, okay, right,
Kilo
yeah.
Lounge.
Yeah.
It was really nice. I had a burger I've not had before. It's got beef brisket on top with chorizo.
Mm-hmm.
It was really nice. And I got double slaw because Kerry didn't eat her slaw.
Right, okay.
Kerry's so prepared.
Is she?
She goes, well, we all know she goes around everywhere with a bag of butter and cheese and stuff. She pulls out some pork rinds, puts them on her plate. She's got some snazzy cheese that she's been enjoying. We all got a massive jug of water. Sue pulls out the salt. Tracy pulls out the electrolytes. Kerry pulls out the salt, and I'm there like, oh, I should have brought something to put in the water now. They're all adding stuff. Next question, Sandra's got one. How do you maintain your weight once you get to required weight?
It is a tricky one, actually, as in to answer, because I think we just settle into a different eating regime. I've not changed the way I. Well, no, I suppose I have changed the way I eat over the past couple of years because I now eat more carnivore than I do keto. So I suppose my eating habits have changed. But that, for me, actually, I think almost means my calorie value might have gone up recently because I did tend to eat more higher fat things.
I think you end up finding an equilibrium.
Yeah.
So you through trial and error, you find how you will maintain this. So whether it's you find 2 meals a day is fine for you, whether it means the occasional OMAD and the occasional feast day. For me, it's usually 2 to 3 meals and snacks because I just can't do longer fasting. It depends on the person.
I would say also, I don't know how long you've been into your journey yet, Sandra, and where you are. But actually, it's how you feel rather than the weight you are. So, if you're feeling good, and you're maybe more active, or you're more energy, or you're getting all the other benefits, then trying to stick to a certain weight on the scales might be sort of pointless, really, because if you're feeling better, it doesn't matter whether if you had in your head you needed to be 10 stone 7 or whatever it is, but you're 10 stone 10, but you're feeling great, then what does those extra 3 pounds really mean? So, and your weight will fluctuate. I mean, anyone that actually does weigh themselves on a daily basis finds that out very quickly. Certainly if you're on a weight loss journey and you're weighing yourself daily, you'll probably experience plenty of days where your weight has not moved or actually has even gone up. That's just because we don't weigh the same every single day. What's that? You have to put that on a bigger thing.
So I'm doing really well, I think. Along the lines, don't like counting everything all the time, just want to live the lifestyle of health and weight loss. As long as I eat the right balance, do I have to count carbs or totally restrict the foods I eat? We read the end carb confusion, but I think that your way seems much more sensible. P.S. Win still with me. I suppose the answer is, do I have to count carbs or totally restrict foods? No. Because I think the way you phrase that, as in, do I have to, means that it's not something you want to be doing. In which case, no. Because that is not going to be sustainable for you. And especially the phrase totally restrict. If something is, if you don't eat something, then it's going to need to come from a place of you don't want to eat it, rather than you telling yourself, I cannot have this.
Yeah.
I was saying to Sue and Tracy in the car, we were talking about eating things that we wouldn't necessarily eat. So Tracy had like a glass of mulled wine or something. And I said, for me, I can have higher carb items if we go out to eat, except from anything liquid, like a normal Coke rather than a Diet Coke. It just doesn't, I get headache, feel awful. And that's the things that I just say, I don't drink liquid sugar because I don't feel good after it. So I wouldn't necessarily say I totally restrict it, I just don't eat it. And I don't want to. That's the phrase that you have to use. So as long as I eat the right balance.
I again think, Jan, you're fairly new into this, so your your habits about eating haven't had time to change yet. So thinking about you're restricting carbs right now because you've decided to follow obviously a low carb keto lifestyle. So therefore, there's the first thing you've done. But as you continue with the journey, you'll realize, and you may get to the point where you think, well, I don't really want the carbs anymore. So right now when people sort of first start, they're trying to replace the big carbs with the little carbs. So, replace the pasta with the cauliflower rice or whatever it is. You're making those switches. Whereas, give it 6 months, 12 months longer, you may forget about the rice and just think, well, I just want, as I've done tonight, I just want the protein. I've had 2 chicken breasts. That's it. That's what I'm eating. I didn't even think about putting veggies on the plate. In fact, the veggie is the sriracha sauce. But that's it. That's so. You may sort of right now be thinking about, well, I've got to count my carbs, but actually in a year's time, you might not even think about wanting to eat the carbs. And that's when you know that it's your lifestyle. You may sort of still want to, occasionally I'll have some salad. We went to the restaurant, the Keto Cafe last week, didn't we? Had a burger that came with some salad, so I ate it. I didn't I didn't worry about counting it. It didn't have any effect on me. But then the following day, I probably didn't eat any carbs at all. I can't remember, but I wouldn't have sort of changed what I normally eat.
Well done, Sandra.
Yes, now I remember that. Yeah. So, again, focus on the bits that we do need. Obviously, what we do need to be eating is the protein and the fat. When you get to a certain point where your weight, has got to a where you want it, it is finding and almost what feels comfortable for you. I'm comfortable eating quite a high fat meal, or having a high fat day, whereas a lot of people, Ella can't have a high fat day. Her high fat was probably, I don't know, 60%.
Yeah.
60,
65.
Yeah. Whereas my high fat day could be 70 to 80%. So it's where you feel comfortable as well. And actually using something like, if you wanted to, a little bit of carb cycling every now and then, it can help sort of with maintaining weight a little bit. But that sort of, you have to sort of start filtering that in a little bit and see how you feel with it. And when we say carb cycling, it means using, as Ella does, things like chickpeas and beans and pulses, those sorts of things, not going for the big starches. Don't go for the pasta and the rice because you're having a slightly higher carb day. It's understanding that if you're going to introduce a few more carbs on one day, make them the best quality versions. Can you hear the dogs? They've been out for a walk. There was a quick stomp round the fields, and one of them is snoring.
That's Archie. He's doing the boxer smush, he's like. Miriam says, does she come armed with Marmite? She didn't today, as far as I'm aware. But she had butter, cheese, cream, salt, and pork scratchings.
You're welcome, Jen.
Tomato passata must be one of the most commonly eaten things in this house, with the way that Louis goes to it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the vegetables, we try and have quite a wide variety actually in the cupboard, because I make a lot of stir fries and ratatouilles and things like that. Love it sweet at the moment, especially roasted. It's really nice. Any roasted veg actually is so good. That's great to hear.
Fantastic. Right.
This is something we talk about happening almost naturally. Well, yeah, actually, not almost. Happening naturally.
Well, it's being comfortable with it again, isn't it? Being comfortable with the fact that you may not want to eat, or you don't, you can fast. A lot of people would think when they start the lifestyle that they're never going to be able to fast, and obviously everybody does a little bit anyway because you go to sleep. But that slightly extended fast where you wait for your first meal till midday, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, whatever, and being comfortable that's okay. Many that come to the lifestyle think that that's just an impossibility for them, and within a few weeks it's something that's quite natural. It was quite spicy, Miriam. Yes, that sauce is. I can feel my lips tingling, and the roof of my mouth, burning. It was great. Right, that's brilliant, Sandra. That would be very interesting to know. I mean, so something that I was invited to this week was a diabetic meeting. So I had to go a long way. What are you laughing at?
My lens fogged up. Then
All right.
I went to a meeting of diabetics, sort of led by a GP and a contact who works within. So it's like the providing updated information for diabetics. So rather than following the standard, NHS guidelines of eat your carbs, take your meds, And it was great because they had a panel of patients who have followed the lifestyle for, I think the longest has been about a year. They're predominantly talking low carb, not keto, but it's a great step to sort of get started. And it was interesting that people were seeing benefits, that even those that had only been sort of on the program for, I think, a month, were already seeing benefits in their blood sugar levels. And again, it's everything that we talk about, making the big changes of the big carbs, swapping them out. So, bread, rice, pasta, potatoes, switch them around with green veggies. And I was there to sort of just share with them details of the recipes, because again, the first thing, somebody who was brand new to the meeting and had recently just been diagnosed with diabetes, so what can I eat? Because their life has existed on cereal for breakfast, sandwich for lunch, potatoes, rice for dinner, and they just felt completely lost. And when I sort of showed them the recipe library, I was like, there's so many options. Don't think that you're not going to be eating something interesting every day.
So Miriam said Lee's couch time is really interesting on Wednesday. I haven't watched it back yet, but Trace said she's had quite a few messages about that.
Right.
So you might find it useful even if you are type 2, but Lee is type 1 diabetic, and his chat on Wednesday sort of covers his sort of journey. I'm just going to get the link to watch it back.
Just going to go get some water because my mouth's still burning. I don't want to drink my tea while I'm still burning. Tea temperature check. I've brought the probe out just to make sure that I don't get. Hang on. Why is it not lighting up? There you go. Oh, it's still 65 degrees, so we're all good for a little while. Yeah.
Miriam's going to say that's not hot enough. Kat says you'll never feel hungry on this lifestyle anyway, so fasting is part of it without even feeling like you're doing it anyway. Sometimes have to force OMAD.
That's fantastic news, Anne. That's amazing. 14 kilos, 5 months, normal. Now I've got normal sugar levels and normal cholesterol. Amazing.
Jan says about fasting, I'm fine with missing the meals, 1 or 2, but can't live without tea with cashew milk. So is it fasting?
Don't try and give it a definition. That's your routine. If you're going to have tea and not eat for a little while, then that's fine. If that works for you, that works. I have coffee with cream every morning. Don't tend to eat until later on. True definition of fasting is generally probably nothing other than water. But what you're doing right now is getting your body adapted to burning fat. So don't think that having tea with cashew milk, although that is probably one of the higher carb milks.
Depends on how much you're going to have.
Yeah, okay. It's going to be a splash and it's going to be...
Any milk like that is 98% water.
Yeah.
So, like most things we say, don't stress about it. There's so many rules that people come up with. And people get so caught up on, you can do this, you can't do that. And it gets very confusing. Miriam says it's too hot for Tepid Club.
Anyway, before we've done half an hour already.
We've had good questions today.
No, I couldn't give up on my coffee in the morning. I can't drink tea in the morning. It doesn't make me feel too good. That's one thing. The one thing I can't drink when fasting is tea. It's weird. What did I have for dinner? I had chicken. Literally, I just had 2 chicken breasts. That was it.
Where do we get cashew milk from in the UK? Don't say cashews.
Tesco sell it. There's a brand called, is it Plenish? And another one called Rude Health.
I've got to be careful with Rude Health because some of I think it's the almond milk.
No, okay. So when Rude Health started, they were clean as anything, and now they're not. It's quite disappointing.
One would say It's quite rude.
It's quite rude. Anyone got a set of drums?
Jan says plenish.
Plenish, yeah. Anyway.
Think about what type diabetes was. So now I know it's type 2 and my levels are high. It's time I change
So it's showing the change my
diet.
Okay.
Small steps.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely small steps. So think about what you're eating right now, and if you want to start, then start with the first meal of the day. You know, what is it you normally have for breakfast, and what can you change about it? So if it's a bowl of cereal, then you know which is going to be 30-40 grams of carbs straight away. Then can you change it to eggs, or can you change it to yogurt and nuts? Start there. Don't try and change everything in one go.
I'm just popping a link into the website, just the main website. You'll find loads of recipes there to sort of help you switch.
Yeah.
As Jan said.
What's the pie-shaped thing?
It's a pie.
It's a pie. It's a pork pie. It's still warm because I baked it here. Liam made it at the bakery this afternoon, and I brought two of them home. We're going to take pictures of that. So the pork pie is the launch of the week. It's what's going on the Ketoroma website. Available later, as it says there. They're quite hefty things. They're 300 grams. So it is a 2-portion pie. Essentially, it's the same size as two sausage rolls. But yes. So the option will be with jelly or without. Okay. So you will be able to choose whether you want it to be. And these are all homemade. Everything is handmade, and the jelly comes from the pork skin that when we buy the joints, we boil the skin down and we create our own jelly. So that will be going in if you wanted a pie with jelly. I'm gonna order a pie or two. As you know, I'm scared of this coconut. Right, I guarantee you. I mean, you won't taste coconut flour in this. It's just not possible. There's no way you'd taste coconut flour. Yeah, no way. Mr. Z, if you are on Facebook, come and find us. Come find the group. Ella's going to drop a link in. Come and join in over there if you can. Also, I know we haven't done a kick session recently, so it's a sort of starter session. We will towards the end of this month. They'll be restarting. So if you are looking to sort of come and join us, just to come and have a chat, and it'll be. It's just a night where we sort of just try and sort of help out anybody that's new to starting the lifestyle, and answer some questions. And
I will get the kick session on YouTube channel.
I think we just need
to. I get the file. I couldn't get it on my laptop.
Yeah, I think we might just record one of those straight to camera.
Right.
Might make it easier.
So shipping to New Zealand.
Shipping to New Zealand. Yeah, might take a little time. I don't think the pie's going to last. I mean, the flour, okay, maybe, but they might get a bit antsy at the fact there'll be a white powder in the post to you.
We'll have to do a business trip to New Zealand, take all the raw ingredients, cook it there and then, hand it over,
okay,
and fly back.
Ella wants to come and make you dinner, Anne.
I just want to go to New Zealand.
Hang on, what's this? I put my name down, but these Q&As are great.
Put your name down for what? What have I missed?
What have you put your name down for? Yeah. Oh, what have we missed so far? Sorry, Kat and Miriam are talking about drugs and a tenant somewhere, so they're off on their own conversation as usual.
Karen says hi from Sue's.
Hi, Karen.
Sue's coming to. What is that? New Zealand.
All
Oh, Jan for the kick.
right, brilliant. Okay, yeah. I can't give you a date right now as to when we'll restart. It'll be. I suppose. Are we going to do it in that? Well.
We normally start the week
In the week in between
Christmas
yeah.
and New Zealand.
Yeah, New Zealand.
I've just
the
read
week between
Sandra's
Christmas and
comment.
New Zealand.
Oh, because I'm
There you
going
go.
to New Zealand in the new year.
All right. Okay. So, Anne, can you put her up when she comes over?
So like Wednesday the 28th ish
Yeah, sounds
might
right.
be.
Yeah. It looks like you've got a few of us coming over now, Anne. Sandra's coming, Karen's coming, Sue probably come as well. Yeah. Who's going on QVC?
No, seriously though, we could look at getting dry ingredients available.
Yeah, I mean,
Outside
I've sent books out to New Zealand. I've sent all sorts of things to the States. So it is possible. It's just expensive. And it takes such a long time. I think the last time I sent books out, it was probably close to 3 weeks.
Thank you, Mr. Z.
All right, thank you. You're in the UK, brilliant. It's fabulous. Like I say, if you can come and join us on Facebook, because you'll get even more out of the group, than just being here this evening. I think that's been run by a minute. What are you on about, Kat? Can someone go around and see Kat? Make sure she's okay.
I think Kat's had quite a eventful
Have you had a stressful day?
Apparently, we're going on QVC to sell panda pastry and cold tea.
Excellent. I'm not a fan of cold tea, though. I mean, what temperature does it have to be classed as cold? And don't say 1 degree, because it's still 56 degrees. That's hot. It's warm, at least.
And so she lives 3 hours north of Auckland in the wonderful winterless north.
Wow.
I think Sandra's acceptable tea temperature is 100 degrees.
No, it's a delicate tea as well, so I wanted to enjoy the flavours. No, I haven't stuck it in anything this week apart from a tea. Only because I get moaned at by, hang on, I always forget which one it is. Miriam.
Miriam summed it up perfectly. I'm scared of coconuts.
That's brilliant. Oh, dear.
I know this isn't obviously what she means, but in my head it's like I can imagine Kat running through like a forest, and the coconuts that like fall from the trees. She's trying to avoid them.
Some sort of animated cartoon thing.
Any more questions?
Yeah, like I say, we're still here. We
don't need to talk about Kat's fear of coconuts.
No. Although I will send her a coconut if she orders a pie.
We'll put her off. Poor Kat.
I'm gonna put the pie inside a coconut shell.
Where are you gonna get a coconut shell from? How do you like coconut on a Bounty bar?
Because it's sugar.
And not anything else. Do you like coconut in curries? Can't really taste it in curries.
Well, you can.
Not
Like Thai curry, you can taste the coconut milk.
I can just taste spice.
No.
I'm glad we're all on the same
Excellent,
level.
Jan. Again, we knew you'd fit straight in. Yeah, Kat, you need to order a pie, and then I can stick it in a coconut shell. So it's a bit like my dad with
Cotton wool.
cotton wool. If you get medicine bottles, they used to have. I've not had one for a long time, but
Yeah, you know. I've never had a medicine.
yeah, no. Well, it's more in the
Cotton
strip tabs now, isn't it? You don't really get generally bottles of medication. It comes in the strips. You tend to get boxes with pills in strips. Anyway, my dad can't touch the cotton wool. He'd break the bottle open or cut the top off rather than actually take the cotton wool out. I'm just thinking that'll be cat. Her pie will be there inside the coconut shell, and she won't want to touch it. In fact, she'll be wearing sort of like full hazmat suits.
The
hazmat suit.
Oven gloves.
and then she'll find the mallet. She'll find the meat bashing mallet to try and crack it open.
Hang on, what's wrong with chicken and baked beans on the same plate? They're both savoury.
Hang on, who's saying this?
Cat, we need to have a conversation.
Oh no, see, I'm with you there. Actually, I always thought that was a bit weird. Right, Morrison's have got coconuts in. There you go. See, I can soon get you a coconut.
I just don't like cinnamon in things that are meant to be savoury. What?
I'm trying to think. I had something. It was moussaka.
Yeah, I don't like moussaka.
Yeah, no, that's right. I had it recently. Made me think about you, sort of as I was putting cinnamon in it.
Cinnamon needs to be with mixed spice. I don't even like cinnamon, donuts or anything. It just feels like it's missing something.
Okay.
It tastes too medical, and I don't know why.
Wow, there you go. Jan's the opposite. Only like cinnamon in savoury things. No, I love cinnamon. I mean, in both sweet and savoury. And a little pinch in the coffee as well. Really good. Really good.
I almost put garam masala in my gingerbread trial.
Did
earlier
you?
this week.
That'd have been interesting.
We have garam masala and mixed spice in two very similar jars, and garam masala almost went in my gingerbread cookies.
Oh, that was a good cup of tea. Oh wow.
Which one was it?
Lady Grey. That was great. Lamb tagine, yeah. I've got loads of diced lamb in the freezer.
I know what we need to do.
What's that?
Whilst we're all here,
Okay.
I'm doing the email for Sunday morning today because obviously I can't do it tomorrow.
Right.
So the lives.
Oh, we're doing a live this week.
2.
Oh wow, okay. I'm allowed back on my own channel. I was subbed this week. I was sat on the subs bench.
I'm doing parmesan rolls, like as a tear and share type thing, on Monday, and then on Sunday I'm doing haddock and chorizo paella. So you can do the usual Friday slot, and then second one either Wednesday or Thursday. I know you're doing your members class on Wednesday, so it's whether you want to do the back to back.
No.
Again. So Thursday.
So
we have 2 lives. What do you want to be seen made?
I think lamb tagine sounds about. Let me have a look.
And in the meantime, I'll give you a funny story.
Oh,
So I created a YouTube channel for Keto Aroma, and to have clickable links in descriptions, the channel needs to be verified. So they need to make sure it's not a robot. And there are 3 ways of verifying the thing. One is with ID, which didn't work because their camera didn't focus and they weren't allowing you to use your phone camera. Second one was the channel just needs to be 2 months old. And the third one was send in a video of yourself. It tells you where to look and things, so it can verify your age.
Yeah, you got that back.
Yeah. So the channel is at my birthday, and it did not accept me.
Wow.
How is AI meant to know how old you are? I don't understand. So now we have to wait 2 months for our channel to be verified.
Right,
Because it doesn't think I'm 20. My mum makes banana curry. Is that weird?
No, I've heard of that before. I mean, I've never tried it, so I can't tell you whether it's weird or not.
Banana curry is classed as a pasanda in an Indian restaurant. Pasanda has coconut in. I never heard of that.
I've never tried it.
So what is this lamb tagine then?
Well, it's something that I might be able to use the diced lamb with, but I think cook time's a bit too long. But as long as it's a well spiced dish.
It could be a good one for the bulk cooking session, maybe on Sunday.
The only thing I'd need to make a couple of swaps in there.
So first of all, Emma suggesting pancetta leek and thyme stuffing, which is really nice. Could be a good live.
Sorry, what was that one? Sorry. Emma said what?
Pancetta leek and thyme stuffing.
A pancetta leek.
As
Oh,
live.
okay. So let's do that on Thursday. Yeah,
Thursday.
I've not made that one since last Christmas, so yes. There you go. Friday's usually a takeaway or a fake away dish. So, what fake away have we not had recently?
I'll have a look.
Go on, give us a fake away dish. What would you want me to make as a fake away? Yes, I am definitely north of Watford. So yeah, original Mank. But as Miriam says, I'm a rubbish northerner because I'm not a fan of gravy.
And it is dinner, not tea.
It's dinner, not tea, and I don't watch Coronation Street.
And you don't like what is it? Chips and gravy.
Yeah, chips and gravy. I mean,
Yeah.
I've never enjoyed gravy ever. I'd rather have my Sunday roast dry than put gravy on it.
You'd rather have it with bread sauce and cranberry sauce.
Yeah, well, I now prefer my own bread sauce, cranberry sauce. But yeah, yes, it is. It was tea, Miriam. You're right. It was. It's in a cup. It's liquid, and you drink it. Your dinner, however, is the stuff you eat. Does anyone want to brew? Yeah, no. Well, I don't need to say it in this house because we all make our own specific drinks. It's like I don't. None of us say to each other, "Would you like a brew?" None of us.
I don't think I've ever used the word brew.
Or a tea or coffee. You've never offered to make me a tea or a coffee, have you?
Yes, I have.
When?
Ages ago. When I was learning how to make teas and
No
coffees.
chance.
Years
No
ago.
chance. Hi, Joan. 15 minutes. Yes. No chance. The only time I ever make Louis a coffee is when I put a pot of in Nigel. No, Clive, not Nigel. It's Clive. Put a pot of coffee on a Saturday morning, and he gets a cup. He doesn't get any other time. You don't watch any soaps. I don't even have an area. We don't watch TV. We literally don't. I mean, this is as close as we get to watching TV because you're all on our TV right now. Well, your comments are anyway. I mean, just get a coffee machine, and then that sorts the coffee making out. Really, as long as you then buy decent enough coffee, then all good, really. Isn't it?
So we still need a fake away recipe.
Go on, what fake away we're doing on Friday? Is it going to be so I can do?
What protein? Thinking of?
I'm trying to think what is there anything I could use? Oh. Pizza's easy. I mean, I could show you the new pizza, the mega pizza bases.
Do a couple of different bases.
Mm.
I've got a new
I was
one that
thinking
I've
more
never
down.
tried.
There you go, Sandra, the Mexican. So like the wraps that you sort of fold and fry.
Quesadilla.
Yeah. In South Lake. Oh, great Gable. Panda calzone. I haven't tried panda as a calzone yet. We've done the mega calzone.
Thanks, Miriam.
Don't mind the kids. No, I'm going to go with some form of Mexican dish.
All right. Well, I need the name because I'm making a timetable now.
Right.
Sue says, "How does Liam do his pulled pork double wrapped?"
What do you mean? How does he do it? He double wraps it. Sue says,
There's 2.
So he wraps it in parchment paper first, and then wraps it in foil second.
Could that be something you do on
I've done
pork
it.
cooking
Oh, we've
for a
got.
video?
Yeah, okay, we've got. What is that pork in the fridge?
I have no idea. I haven't seen
Okay,
it.
we'll do pulled pork on Sunday. A long time. How long? A long time. How long is a long time?
Until
That
you
depends how long
remember
you're in the
about it.
kitchen for. I mean, a good 4 hours. It depends on the size of the joint. It depends on how long you've got. But yeah, 4 hours in the oven. Oh, panda pastry calzone. Not the. All right. Okay. All
So,
right.
like,
Calm down.
A pasty, but with pizza fillings.
I don't think that would be very good.
We've never done burritos before.
How do you do burritos?
As in, like, you can use the panda wraps. You can make a rice. You can do like a chili. Yeah, Sue, we could guess.
Right. So, what we're now looking for? What we're doing? Burritos.
Yeah, we're talking about burritos now. I don't really do any Mexican sort of dishes.
All right. But they're not baked, are they? They're just filled wraps. Or are they baked?
You can bake them, toast them.
Can you?
Yeah.
Oh, so we could put them
Get
in
a good
the
score on them.
put them in
Put on a
the
panini press.
put them in the panini press.
Yeah.
All right, there you go, burritos. With a couple of fillings. I don't know. I will talk to Liam during the week, and we'll give it a go.
Okay, that's
I mean, I know they'll
timetable
work.
done.
So that'll be using. There you go. This will please Emma. This will be using the panda wraps. Do we need a special flavour or colour?
The tomato wraps that you were experimenting with would go nicely, I think.
Right. Okay. So I'll make a special batch of tomato wraps just for me. John, just in case you missed it, pork pie available as of later on tonight.
Okay.
Right, we're done. I think we've got about 5 minutes left. So, let's have some more suggestions for later in the month. I don't know. Let's do a Christmas one. Well, they've pretty much done like the accompaniments, cranberry bread.
You could do the cranberry turkey that
Stuffing.
Liam did as a live.
Yeah, okay. Is that recipe written up?
I've written it up,
The
I've just
glaze?
not put the photos on yet.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Or you could make a gingerbread house. I'm just doing an email about it.
I'm not doing a gingerbread house.
Did you see my GIF
No,
of Captain Jack
I
Sparrow?
don't see your emails.
This wasn't on an email.
You didn't send it to me.
Because
Oh.
I'm not wasting a send on. Oh yeah,
Nutwell Tart. Thanks, Emma. Yes.
And party stuff.
But okay.
So actually, whilst we're talking about Christmas, there is a Christmas recipe section on the website now. So I'll put the link in for there. And part of it is party food because obviously it's not quite for the main course. It's not quite a dessert. So there's some sweet, some savoury there.
The party stuff one would be quite long to actually do.
Well, you could always separate it out into different lives. What sort of things are you thinking about?
Well, I mean, the usual things. What do you normally end up on a buffet party table? You know, sausage rolls. We can do the mini quiches. So we've got 2 pastries there. Mini pizzas, mini samosa. Okay, mini samosa, really, really awkward. You better just go in with a full-size samosa, and you know, gin. Yes, I will. I will do it. So now Jan is joining in with Miriam and Kat to try and throw me off. Thanks, Jan. And then newbies keto. One last question: is anyone found the cost of living impacting keto food? I would say probably, yeah. I mean, you know, I know. Well, I've just been out shopping this afternoon. Just picked up a couple of bits, and there's certainly there's price increase in there on lots of the basics. So, what I tend to do is look at the. I bought a tray of chicken and I bought a tray of minced beef along with some yogurt and stuff like that. So, and certainly it's the proteins that are always going to cost more. Is I bought a 2 kilo tray, and then I've broken it, as in I've split it up, and I've stuck half of it, or about half of it, in the freezer, and the others in the fridge. This is 3 of us in the house. We'll go through it easily in the next sort of like week or so. But actually buying slightly bigger packets, because that's the better value. I suppose, have we cut back on certain things? Well, I mean, I suppose the actual scarcity of some things has meant we've cut back. So something like nut butter, which we used to go through a lot of. Almond butter.
Well, because you given Louis a deadline, as in he has to make it last until Christmas.
But like nut butters have become very difficult to get hold of. So when I saw them in Aldi or Lidl recently, I bought several jars, but I said to Louis, you know, these will have to last you through till Christmas effectively. It's like 1 a week, because otherwise he'd eat 1 a day, or close to. You know, so I suppose we all just need to be a bit mindful as when you go shopping, know what you're going shopping for. Have a plan. Have a meal plan, so you're not buying stuff that you're not going to use. Wastage still takes up more of a budget than, you know, actually paying an extra couple of pennies per kilo for a piece of meat. It's food that we don't eat and ends up in the bin. That's where, you know, that's what costs us a lot of money, everything. So yeah, I mean, following this lifestyle, you tend to eat less food, as in less often, but the quality, you know, generally is better because you're not bulking yourself out on you know, starches. You're not bulking yourself out on rice and pasta. So yeah, you are buying more protein. However, you may only eat once or twice a day, and that's it. Yeah, and I suppose think about sort of, you know, it's not just about what you buy to eat in at home. It's what would you have bought when you're out and about, snacks and things like that, when, you know, in between sort of, you know, meals. Those are the things that you tend to sort of start to not need anymore. And obviously that's where and I'm not saying you're going to save money, but you can use that money to invest in better, you know, quality meals that you sit down to eat.
We've got our farmers market.
Farmers market's on tomorrow, so I'll go and get our usual sort of 4 or 5 trays of eggs. They've gone up, you know. And normally the trays of eggs that with 2 months ago or 3 months ago, I buy 5 trays of eggs. Yeah, 5 trays of eggs, which is 150 eggs. They normally cost 30 pounds. The last time I went to him, he went, it's 35 this time round. I was like, okay, it's fine. You know, so, you know, those eggs have gone up £5 in the space of a month, but they start saying that their feeders doubled in price, along with obviously other issues like bird flu as well. So their output is lower. Go on, what we're missing and
just Cat talking about eggs and Miriam saying to throw them up. The guy that was bothering me today.
Actually, yeah, we do need to support. I mean, support your local suppliers first. So support, you know, if you've got an egg farm close by, go and buy eggs there. There's no shortage of eggs. Supermarkets might be sort of like not have many on the shelf, but there is definitely no shortage. Go and buy direct. You'll also get fresher as well. The eggs that we'll pick up tomorrow would have been laid today. That's how fresh we get them. You don't need to buy 150 eggs. I mean, just buy a tray. Buy one. They'll last a month. If you go find a farmer's market, it's on for a month. That tray of eggs will last a month. Right, we got to go. It's 7:30. That's flown by. Thank you for joining in. For those that are new to the channel or the group, thank you for coming to join us. We'll be back in a fortnight's time with Q&A, but we're constantly live. So come and join us whenever we come live. Just come and say hello. You're always welcome to ask questions, even when we're sort of doing cooking and usual sorts of nonsense. And we'll see you, members. We're opening up the other Zoom, so we'll see you in a few minutes. Sorry, Julia, we're going now. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.